welcome into another fun-filled edition of Two Ball Guys on the Right. Got a lot of things to talk about tonight, and we'll begin with Maxine Waters and the Derek Chauvin trial, and the list goes on and on. I got Will Rooney and the bunker at home, and in the studio with me tonight, the one and only Daya. Hey. Yeah, she had puppies and doesn't want to be around the puppies. It's week 7. They get to that point where they don't want to be around the damn puppies. They give me my life back. So that's where we stand.
She's the studio mascot?
Yeah, she is. Oh. So she doesn't want to be anywhere, and she kind of looks like Maxine Waters with the jowls kind of hanging down.
With the jowls.
I mean, look at that. Look. That's Maxine Waters right there. Look at there. Oh, yeah. So she's a ham, by the way. Likes being
I'll take her over Maxine any day.
Yeah, and I'll take her over the guy that usually sits in that chair. She smells a little better. Just saying.
For those that watch our morning show, Be in the Breakfast Club, of course, you can follow us at Be in the Breakfast Club on YouTube as well. For the morning show, we do 3 hours every Monday through Friday. And our other co-hosts, we're -1 for Two Bald Guys on the Right, but we kind of like it that way.
So
we kicked the Democrat out of it.
Subscribe to Be on the Breakfast Club. And just a reminder, if you would, subscribe to Two Ball Guys on the Right. Man, we are so close to being monetized. And for those that don't understand what happens with YouTube, once you get enough watch hours and enough, first of all, you need a minimum of 1,000 subscribers. So please go ahead and subscribe to our channel. We would greatly appreciate that. And tell your friends about it, please.
Less than 100 needed.
Yeah, we're less than 100. So if you could do that for us. Maxine Waters could have screwed the pooch on the Derek Chauvin trial. I don't know if the judge slammed her for her inflammatory comments, and the judge, Peter Cahill, wishes that elected officials would stop disrespecting the judicial process. Do you think that there's a chance of a fair? We talk about equality all the time. And equality is a big word in Washington, D.C. right now. Do you think we could have a fair trial?
In the court of public opinion with all the video footage and everything else? No, I don't think so.
How long do you think it's going to be before the jurors' names and addresses are going to leak out?
That and then I mean, they were never sequestered, and the judge, for whatever brilliant reason, decided not to sequester them. I think that was a mistake. They didn't even discuss sequestration until there were some other issues that came up. They should have been sequestered from day one. I mean, with the violence surrounding this trial before it ever started. I mean, are you kidding?
Yep, I agree. So are we headed to a mistrial? The judge used the mistrial word. I don't know.
Wow.
Nancy Pelosi, the Democrat Speaker of the House, has apologized for the comments of Maxine Waters. With me, that's not good enough.
No.
Maybe Maxine Waters should apologize for her comments and not Nancy Pelosi.
Hell yeah. At least Nancy, was forced to do something. I'm glad to see the Democrats being held accountable for anything. I mean, anything in this day and age. But at least there was that. But I mean, Maxine Waters, this isn't the first time she's incited violence.
No. You remember when when she said, if you see him at dinner, you go over their table, whatever. Kevin McCarthy, who is the House Minority Leader, announced Monday that he will move to censure Maxine Waters. Did you see her on, it was last week, when she told, who was it that she told to shut up? She told him to shut up. It wasn't Ted Cruz. I'm trying to think of who it was, but she told him to shut up. And I'm like, thank you very much for keeping it classy. So what exactly did Maxine Waters say? Did she just say that all Republicans are racist? I think she did. Cut number 1.
Yes, I would like to see the bill in Congress pass on police reform, but I know that the right wing The racists are opposed to it, and I don't know what's going to happen to it, but I know this, we've got to stay in the street.
Oh, really? We got to stay in the streets.
The racists are opposed to it, huh?
Yeah,
because I mean, which racist? The right wing? I mean, she basically said they're synonymous for the same thing. Please, Maxine, tell me which racist do you mean? Which colleagues of yours are racist?
Yeah, as I see an expert witness for the defense, he didn't even live at the house. They couldn't even get his real address. They go to a house that he used to live in, and they left a pig head with blood all over the place. That sounds very, very classy. And by the way, when it comes to Americans killed by cops, whites make up 76% of the population. Blacks make up 13% of the population. Whites killed by cops last year, 457. Blacks killed by cops, 241. So if we go by population, there is more blacks per capita are killed, but still more whites are killed by cops than blacks. And when you look at violent crimes perpetrated in the United States, 276,000 violent crimes committed by white people. By black people, 172,980. And they only make up 13% of the population. I want you to just consider that for a moment. They make up 13% of the population, but commit what is that? Over
half?
Over a third of the violent crimes. So as I look at this, I go, I don't know if that holds weight. But she says she will not stand unless he is guilty, and she's looking for first-degrry murder. Is she following
Which he's not even charged.
Yeah, he's
not even charged with first-degree murder.
Manslaughter.
So she's not going to be happy for anything less than something he's not even charged with. So I'm not sure how that. So basically, she's saying that she's not going to be happy at all.
Yeah, that's basically what you're saying. So here's what Maxine had to say.
But I am very hopeful, and I hope that we're going to get a verdict that will say guilty, guilty, guilty. And if we don't, we cannot go away.
And not just manslaughter, right? I mean...
Oh, no, not manslaughter. No. This is guilty for murder. I don't know whether it's in the first degree, but it's...
So here's what got Maxine in trouble when it comes to, they're going to keep on in the street, and they're going to let them know. Here's what she had to say.
What should protesters do?
Well, we got to stay on the street, and we've got to get more active. We've got to get more confrontational. We've got to make sure that they know that we mean business.
What do you think?
Confrontational. Wow, thank you, Maxine. We appreciate you that. By the way, other stats that are just coming out. Maybe she ought to clean up her backyard a little bit. When it comes to black victims involved in crime, you know what? 70.3% of all offenders are fellow black folks. 70.3%. 10% of offenders against blacks are actually white people. So 70.3% of any type of violence is based on black on black, and it's kind of crazy that. By the way, here's some violent crime stats when it comes to murders in the United States. 11,060 murders in the United States in 2020. 5,070 committed by white folks who make up 76% of the population. And look, please do not call me a racist. I'm just giving you facts from the FBI.
Right.
So who would you think 76% of the population, 13% of the population, who would you think commits more murders?
You would think that the higher population would commit more murders.
Yeah. So white folks committed 5,070 murders, and black folks, 5,660 murders, with only 13% of the population. I'm just giving you facts. I'm just giving you, and you know what? They are hard facts. But those are the facts according to the Department of Justice and the FBI. So thank you very much. Very, very much. So the crime stats just don't add up. And Chris Cuomo, this idiot, my God, this guy, oh my Lord, him and his brother need to go away.
We're big time.
Yeah, when it comes to fatal police shootings in 2020, there were 1,021 fatal police shootings in 2020. Whites made up 457 people that lost their lives by police officers. Blacks, 241. And we would look at the crime stats, especially the murder rate, that blacks are committing more murders than whites and only have 13% of the population. I go, maybe they're coming into contact with police more. Hispanics only made up 169 as far as fatalities by police. Chris Cuomo says that when white kids start dying at the hands of police, maybe things will change. And those are the stats that Will just showed you. Those are the stats. I can't make this stuff up. But here's what Chris Cuomo had to say.
Shootings, gun laws, access to weapons. Oh, I know when they'll change. Your kids start getting killed. White people's kids start getting killed. Smoking that doobie that's actually legal probably in your state now, but they don't know what it was. And then the kid runs and it pop, 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 pop. Cop was justified. Why'd you run? Oh, he had a baseball game tonight. Oh, a white kid. Oh, big family. That house over there. Those start piling up. What is going on with these police? Oh, what? Maybe we shouldn't even have police. That kind of mania, that kind of madness.
He's not racial profiling, is he?
Wow.
And then when
what
you
a
look
piece
at
of trash.
He is. I mean, and then when you look at the stats, the FBI stats, look, it took me 5 seconds to look it up. I invite people to look the numbers up. Look the numbers up. Please look the numbers up. Look them up. This idiot has a staff and can't even take the time. Come on, people. Please. Show those stats one more time, Will, if you would. There you go. People that are shot to death by police. There's the breakdown. I can't make this stuff up. Please, go investigate the numbers. Please. So we are seeing police officers ambush. Do you think police officers at an edge right now? Look at the man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look at the man that threw. Now, one story is saying bleach. One story is saying a chemical routine traffic stop. That's all it was, a routine traffic stop, and the guy gets bleach or some type of chemical thrown in his face. They later discovered that he also had a, what's it called, a Molotov cocktail in the car. He was ready to go. The guy was ready to go. Now, I got to say, this video is not nice. And if you haven't seen the video and, look, you want to turn it down for a second, I would understand. But here is the video of the cop. The cop did nothing wrong. This is what we're dealing with nowadays.
How's it going? No problem. Do you have your license registration with you today?
No.
Yeah, roll on the window. It's a little dark over there, sir. You got curtains over the window? You have your license registration with you?
Hold on.
Oh, what are you getting out for?
Huh?
What are you getting out for?
I gotta look in my wallet.
Well, it's down there. That's fine. You can open the door if you want. Oh, you get out. Oh, shit!
This is what police are dealing with today.
Wow.
I mean, we had an ambush earlier.
And you wonder.
Yeah,
and
we
you
wondered
wonder
last week.
He gave this guy the benefit of the doubt, and he paid for it.
Yep, just like the cop from New Mexico gave the violent thug the benefit of the doubt, and he's gone down and now leaves at home a wife and 3 kids and a baby on the way. We wonder why police are on edge. We got people like this guy that's being treated like a human being.
At least it was just a chemical or bleach. I mean, because how easy would it have been with the way he came at that cop? If he had a gun or a knife or anything else, it could have been a fatality.
Now, let me ask you this much. If the cop would have responded with lethal force, would it be justified? Not Maxine Waters' mind. It would not be justified.
No.
This guy could lose his sight. You know, we say only bleach. He could lose his livelihood. He could lose the ability to watch his kid play ball. Since Chris Cuomo brought up ball, so I'm going to go ahead and bring up ball. What did this cop do wrong? He's treating you like a human being. In return, you treat him like a thug. Don't get it. I don't get it. You know, I love when the Democratic, the makeup starts to peel off. Capitol Police officer. You remember the guy? Said Nick.
Oh, yeah.
Passed away. Medical examiner came out with the story today. Will, he died of natural causes from a stroke after the Capitol breach.
Like his family said, like his mother said from day one. His mother said that he was not, of course, there was this narrative from the New York Times and others that said that he was beat over the head with a fire extinguisher. A false narrative pushed by the left yet again, and yet they go unchecked. Yet they have no repercussions for the false narrative.
I went online, and they're still trying to push that agenda.
Yeah.
There's a headline. There is a headline. And so they're still trying to push the agenda. Autopsy said that he could have died of a stroke because he got hit on the head. So they're still trying to push the
whatever.
Whatever.
There was no proof that he got hit at all.
Zero.
Period.
Zero.
Even his own comments to his mother after the fact, he didn't get hit.
He was on the phone with his brother and his mother after because they were checking on him. Joe Biden is doing so good. I just got to say, the guy is hitting a home run. His brand new approval ratings, Joe Biden hitting it out of the park. Joe Biden's approval rating, Pew poll, just came out. Joe Biden's approval rating, 59%. They looked at presidents' 100 days in office, the first 100 days in office. Biden at 59%. Trump was only at 39%. Obama was at 61%. George W. Bush was at 55%. And Clinton was at 49%. Tell you what, Biden is doing a bang-up job. Kamala Harris came out and issued a statement today that people feel more safe in America now that that Biden and Harris are in office.
Man, I don't know what people she's talking to.
Yeah, that burning and the looting and the Apple store caught on fire last night in Portland and so on. And but you know, he does have a 59% approval rating, Will. And,
well, I believe that, like I believe the polls, like I believe the voter results.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a lot of things I don't believe, and a 59% approval rating is not one of them.
No, I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that. But Joe Biden, by the way, said that he sent out a memo that the word Wuhan virus will not be used ever again. The Wuhan virus. So he sent out a memo telling people that Wuhan virus is not an acceptable term in his, he's just not. And he also said we're going to raise the number of refugees. We were that limit was set at $15,000 per year. We have increased that to 62%. And
wow.
By the way, the word illegal alien has now also going away. So Biden signed the memo. No Wuhan virus. Can't have that. We're not going to relate to COVID-19 as the Wuhan virus, and it's not an acceptable term. Joe Biden said that. And by the way, Ted Cruz said this symbolistic gesture is nothing more than politics. Ted Cruz also crucified him over the name illegal alien is not accepted. Illegal alien will not be accepted anymore. Border Patrol cannot call people illegal aliens anymore. We have to call them aliens. And assimilation is going to be referred to as migrants. You can't use the word migrants anymore. And as far as the word, we're going to call migrants now non-citizens. So non-citizens will be acceptable. Undocumented will not be acceptable from this point on.
Wow. So let's just change it all. But and all
what are you doing
at the same time, let's make sure that when we're talking about changing the name from the Wuhan, we can't call it the Wuhan virus. Although the Wuhan clinic got PPE money from the coronavirus, where the coronavirus originated.
Yeah, not a little money, too. They got a lot of money, so congratulations. But I love when a plan comes together. Guess what? Joe Biden is now, I can't make this up. Joe Biden is going back and said, we're going to finish the wall. The Trump wall?
Nope.
Thank you.
Can't be that. It's the Biden wall now.
Yeah, thank you so much. And by the way, they just shut down, and I can't find my story. I don't know what I did with it. They just shut down the refugee center in Houston because they said that it was unacceptable to live in. Here it is. So they shut that down because of the living conditions. I just want to know about the living conditions of citizens living on the street. What about those? So here's a story that unbearable conditions. Biden pushes the administration to close down the Houston Migrant Center. Hundreds of young girls and young boys living in inadequate conditions. What about the homeless kids in America? What about those kids? I'd love to hear more about those. I would love to hear about what exactly are you doing. 26 days have gone by without Kamala Harris. Your borders are having a conference on what's going on at the border. I would really like to know what exactly is going down. I know you're going to finish the wall. So you stop construction. I would like you to admit that was a mistake, by the way, also. That's what real men do.
Sure.
That's what real men do. You know, I get hammered all the time because I'm not a big fan of George W. Bush, and I'll tell you why I'm not a big fan. Back in 1995, I had 70 pounds of steel that fell on my head at work. And a lot of people right now are going, oh, that's what happened to you. Yeah, you got hit in the head.
A lot.
Yeah, it explains a lot. But tort reform went into effect in Texas, and you could not sue the company that you work for. And so they put you on workers' comp, and workers' comp in Texas sucks worse than anywhere else in the United States. But George Bush, that's one reason. The other reason is, I got three reasons. I just thought of another one. Weapons of mass destruction. Never found them. In fact, we attacked the wrong country on there. Yeah. You just went back to finish your daddy's job is what happened. Never found the weapons of mass destruction. You know who we should attack because the bombers after 9/11 we discovered they were Saudi Arabian. Maybe we should have attacked Saudi Arabians. Oh, they're allies. Supposedly they're allies. But George W. Bush calls for a gradual path to citizenship for illegal immigrants. George, I need to know, what exactly did you do when you were president? Well, what did he do as far as immigration?
A big fat nada.
No. See, everybody wants to talk bad about immigration, even though they had a chance to fix it. Biden had a
Here's
chance
a man
to
who
fix
had here's a man who had 8 years himself to try to fix it.
Yeah. And he didn't do anything to fix it. Obama had 8 years to fix it, and him and Biden didn't do anything. Now, the Republicans had 4 years to fix. They had 2 years where they owned the House, the Senate, and the president, and would not work with the president for the first year.
Nope.
You forgot that, right? Republicans would not work with Donald Trump. They were the never-Trumpers. Then eventually they warmed up to him when when things were going good. They wanted to be part of the limelight, take part of that limelight, and but let's not forget, they're part of the problem also.
Sure they are.
But George Bush talks about we need to restore confidence in the U.S. immigration system. No, what we need to do is maybe enforce the laws that are already part of the immigration system. From a guy married to an immigrant, we have a system. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean it ain't right. You know, when it comes to DACA, we have allowed, back in 2012, the Obama administration said that kids that were brought here to this country, we're going to give them an opportunity to become citizens. Not all of them had taken advantage of that. And as we've later discovered that as of 2017, 689,000 individuals, majority of them born in Mexico, were granted DACA and given a pathway to citizenship. In 2018, the Immigration Department found that roughly 8% of the DACA applicants, both approved and denied, had crimes such as assault, battery, rape, murder, drunk driving, among other criminal trials. And I believe that anybody that commits a crime in this country, you should be on your best behavior. This is the way it's done in every other country in the world. And,
immediately ineligible for citizenship at that point.
You're out of the program. And it's only 8%, but 8% is 8%. Apparently, 13% of accepted DACA applicants got arrested after they applied for citizenship. So here's the deal. We have a pathway. George Bush, you are a willy-nilly son of a gun. And I don't give you a pass just because you have an R next to your name. No. I don't. I think you've become way too chummy with the Obamas, too. But that's
for sure.
All right, when it comes to red flag laws and gun control, Joe Biden is pointing us out. We'll show the picture. He's pointing us out. Oh, you're coming after me, huh? You know, we can talk all day about these mass shootings. But when it comes to the FedEx shooters, he legally bought the guns. He was red flagged by his mom. His mom called police and said that she was worried that her son might commit suicide by cop. She called the FBI after certain items were found in his bedroom. What is he, 18, 19 years old? Scott Hole? That's the young man that committed the crimes. Killed 8 people at the FedEx facility. So here's another case. Much like the guy in El Paso that massacred the people at the Walmart. And I'm a true believer that if somebody had a gun at the Walmart.
Oh, that got to have been taken out.
At the FedEx Center, maybe we wouldn't have lost 8. Maybe if we had one patriot that carried, he might have been able to save some people. But here's another case that parents or family members call the police and say, I'm worried about this kid. That's a red flag, and nothing happens. We can enact all the gun laws possible. 2 things are going to happen. Criminals are still going to get guns.
Sure they are.
Murders are going to continue. Because if somebody has evil in the heart, they're going to find a way to perpetrate murder. It is what it is. But when we get a call, police get a call, hey, I'm worried about my son. He's got two rifles, ARs, that he purchased legally. I'm worried that he's going to commit suicide by cop and maybe murder other people. Don't you think we ought to do something about that? Just asking.
You would think.
Instead, Joe Biden wants to make law-abiding citizens criminals. And I got to say, I don't take this red flag law very lightly because I don't like the ability that an ex-wife can call the police on me to, or maybe somebody I offended on the radio or on Two
Sure.
Ball Guys
Just
on the right.
Anybody
They
to
could-
say, hey, I think this guy's a danger to someone, and have
Right.
your guns taken away. Even if it's a bogus,
Right.
it's reversing the way that this country is supposed to work.
Right.
It's supposed to be, the burden of proof, and innocent until proven guilty. Well, they're basically taking that away.
I do believe that a judge should be involved in that. And
Agreed. There should be
the
a vetting
person goes
process.
before the judge. But most of these red flag laws are the police deciding if the guy's guns are confiscated. Don't care for that part. But here's
No.
a mother calling in advance and saying, my kid has these 2 guns and I'm worried. I'm worried because he's not of good mental state. And if you look at the guy, he's 19 years old. He's still living at mom and dad's. He looks very small, very meek.
Yeah.
I probably picked on his entire life. But if they call the cops, family call the cops, something needs to happen. There needs to be a step that he has to go before a judge or something. Or maybe goes in for a psych evaluation. Something needs to happen. And I'm not a fan of red flag laws. But here's 2 cases, El Paso and Indianapolis, where parents called the cops and said, this kid ain't right, and nothing happens. I mean, I'll take you back to Sandy Hook. Will, there was a case of the mom had a mentally ill kid living in the house.
Yeah.
And she had guns. If you're in that situation where you have a mentally ill kid living in a house, number one, you better have a gun safe.
Yeah.
And make sure he does not have the passcode. And number 2,
For sure.
or don't have guns in the house.
Right.
Either way. Sad but true. Sad but true. But do not make law-abiding citizens criminals for having ghost guns, because how many actually mass shootings have been perpetrated with a ghost gun? How many
0.
drive-bys? Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm just wondering.
But I mean, as far as drive-bys, I don't know. We don't think we know, but
Yeah.
it doesn't matter
Those
because
aren't the guys milling the damn guns.
Yeah, most people who are making ghost guns are people who are law-abiding citizens who just want a mod on their gun. The people who are actually, who are committing these crimes are going out getting the cheapest, fastest gun. And I tell you
Right.
what, ghost guns aren't cheap.
No. In fact, they cost more than if you were going to make a 223 ghost gun. It's actually costing more than going out and buying an AR. A lot more. Like 2 times more. So, God bless you guys. It's been fun. And we'll be back Thursday for the New Mexico edition of Two Ball Guys on the Right. The good news is New Mexico governor hasn't groped anybody in the last week. So that is
That we know of.
That we know of. But that is some good news. And a lot of things going on. Please subscribe to the channel. We encourage you to subscribe to the channel.
Don't forget, we're streaming anywhere you listen to a podcast, iTunes, Podbean. You can go check us out at Spotify. Just do a search for Two Bald Guys on the Right. And please do hit the subscribe button right here on YouTube. We appreciate you tuning in, and we'll see you back on Thursday night.
Hey, don't forget to subscribe to Be in the Breakfast Club while you're doing that. Yeah.
Absolutely. And say
bye.
hi to the studio mascot there.
Hey, say bye. Let me show you how she listens. Hey, sit. Thank you. Listen better than my kids used to listen, I got to say.
Yeah, for
God
sure.
bless you guys. Have a good night.
Thanks, guys.